We are back with another edition of Propportunities, and Propportunities is when I identify properties that are on the market in North Jersey that I feel are overlooked, underutilized, or undermarketed. And I believe that many people have the misconception that there are none of these out there in North Jersey, and I am here to debunk that myth. So, here today, we have a property in Pompton Lakes, New Jersey, and the address is 29 Walnut Street. So this is an interesting one, and this is actually a half duplex, which means it's essentially one side of the duplex. Now, if this were an over under duplex, I'm not sure it would work to be half a duplex to be sold that way. But what's interesting here is similar to a condo, each side is its own unit and has its own owners. So I'm going to identify this as a opportunity for many reasons. First, the photos have a ton of crap everywhere. That's not obviously a good thing for many buyers that are looking through this. And actually, we have our first Propportunities sideways photo here. So that's huge. That's huge. I should have done a drum roll for that. So I don't have to explain why a sideways photo probably isn't the best for the seller, but yeah, look at this crap everywhere, okay? If you can see past it, potential opportunity. But what about the fact that it's a half duplex? So I got to admit, I've never represented a buyer on a half duplex or a seller on a half duplex. They are somewhat rare. Usually there's one owner for the whole duplex. Hopefully, if you're the buyer of this duplex, one day you buy your neighbor's house and you can become the owner of the whole duplex. So I'm somewhat familiar with this location. I've done some deals in Pompton Lakes, and Pompton Lakes has a really nice little downtown, and this is close to it, which is great. So I've actually rented and sold Pompton Lakes condos, and I can tell you that it's more typical for a one bedroom to be in this price point than a two bedroom. A two bedroom condo in Pompton Lakes, at the time of this recording at least, is going for like 300 plus. So if you compare this to a condo, which again, this kind of is a condo, you just have one neighbor, you honestly have more of a backyard. There's pros and cons to the whole half duplex versus condo situation, but I think it looks pretty nice here. Then again, if you can see past the crap and hopefully buy this under asking, there could be a deal here again, because condos in this range are really going for 300 plus. What's interesting here is back on market due to buyers not able to perform. I love those because what that tells me is likely this is not getting sold to an FHA buyer. So if you're an FHA buyer, you can't buy it. Basically, the lending is not going to lend on it because it's a government product and it needs to be in better condition than it is. So you have an advantage right there. That's going to eliminate a lot of first-time home buyers, right? If you just fix up this property and make it more livable, then it can be FHA regulated. So it's not like this permanently can't be an FHA loan. You as the seller can sell it to an FHA buyer as long as you upgrade the condition. There was no HOA fees listed because a condo, I mean, let me think about it. I guess you would have some common amenities to, well, I'll retract. You're a homeowner here, different than a condo owner. So the backyard, I would assume like your half of the backyard is your responsibility. Your half of the sidewalk is your responsibility for snow and things like that. So there are no HOA fees, which is another huge advantage to this versus a condo. Other than that, I'm going to just touch on the taxes here because that's important. So the taxes are in the 5K range, which is in the condo range itself. So again, I can't speak necessarily to the resale ability because I don't think most people are like too interested in a half duplex versus a condo, but perhaps in the future that will change. And perhaps it is worth it to get involved at this price point in this condition under asking, ideally, because we have the sideways photo. And therefore, this is a Propportunity.